When you think of a catalyst, what do you think of? For me, being a catalyst is being someone who can plant the seeds of change within an organization. Seeds which can slowly but surely grow into bringing about long-lasting, sustainable change to the way we work today. My name is Pickard, and I'd like to talk with you today about the work that Catalyst does to engage men in gender diversity. But before I do so, I'd like to thank Workplace Pride and ING for inviting me to take part in this wonderful event. 2012 has been a special year for Catalyst as we celebrated our 50th year. What started out as a New York-based organization aimed at helping women combine family and work has evolved into a global membership, not-for-profit research and advisory organization with over 400 members worldwide. We're a mission-driven organization, and our mission is twofold. Firstly, we strive to build awareness via our extensive body of research. And secondly, we support and encourage organizational action. This action is ultimately recognized in the annual Catalyst Award. Our research, which in line with our mission is publicly available, aims to challenge conventional wisdom, for example, busting the myth of what exactly makes an ideal worker, thus changing the way people think about women as leaders and decision makers. Our approach is rigorous, measuring gaps, exploring root causes, evaluating the effectiveness of solutions for both organizations and individuals. The result is a fact-based platform, a solid business case upon which organizations can design and implement strategic initiatives that yield results. For us, though, being an agent of awareness isn't enough. Catalyst is striving to become an agent of organizational change, seeing businesses using the quantitative and qualitative evidence we provide, coupled with tapping into our vast network of members and associated organizations, to act and lead change which indeed makes a difference to workplaces and people's lives. It's no modest aim. It will not have escaped many of you that the average audience at a diversity and inclusion event falls into the category other. Female and or ethnic minority and or LGBTB. And so I often have the feeling that I'm preaching to the converted. Challenges are rare and sympathetically formulated. Many heads nod, and there's an implicit understanding. These events give me an excellent opportunity to spread word of Catalyst's membership resources and help these engaged employers and employees strengthen their network and knowledge. As drivers of a diversity agenda, however, there's a limit to the change which these audiences can affect. And sadly, back within their own organizations, often D&I initiatives are met with skepticism and sometimes downright resistance. We at Catalyst are keenly aware of where the power and decision-making in organizations lie, and it's in these places that we know it's essential to influence and create change. White, middle-class men still hold a majority of senior leadership positions and should be given the opportunity to fully equip themselves to drive a diverse working environment. One such way of equipping these men, diversity and inclusion training, has been getting a hard time in the press lately, which is why Catalyst chose to measure the impact of just such a training course. In conjunction with Rockwell, we looked at the impact of a white male caucus on one of their North American sales teams. We assessed participants' critical thinking about social groups. We looked at their empathetic listening, their willingness to take responsibility for being inclusive, and whether they were prepared to address difficult or emotionally charged issues. The course proved successful on all fronts and affected positive change in all of these areas. But it's no mean feat, and something which cannot be done without committed, senior, therefore often male buy-in, a compelling business case, continued learning, and a culture where men can identify themselves as the solution to an inclusive workplace and not the reason why it has gone wrong in the past. Blame and the current trend for male bashing does nothing to help foster diversity at work. We're not only reaching out to men via our research, we're also striving to more actively engage men in the conversation. Recently, Catalyst launched MARC, Men Advocating Real Change, a web platform for men interested in diversity. This online community blogs and chats about the case for full diversity from a male point of view. why it makes sense. Where can men learn more about diversity to support their arguments for a fully diverse workplace? Why men should champion diversity. There's even an Ask a Woman section where men can post their most difficult, frank or uncomfortable questions to women in the workplace, with topics ranging from, is it okay for me to compliment my female colleague, to how do I encourage my female protege to be more assertive with her team. At Catalyst, you see, we're always on the lookout for male champions. In exactly the same way as the straight ally is such an important advocate for the LGBT employee, we see at Catalyst how our cause can be furthered by these male champions. That's why we host a number of events every year aimed at including men in the diversity conversation. Men who understand the benefits of a fully diverse workplace are the ones who will help us continue to make steps in achieving this. As we make contact with an ever wider audience, we help spread word of the ways in which we can help you and your colleagues fully engage as diversity partners. If what you've heard today has sparked your interest in Catalyst, I'd be delighted to talk with you at lunch in more detail about the work we do. For members and those interested in joining us, I'll be planning an event around this subject in the new year and would love to welcome you there. Let's get the conversation about gender diversity out through your networks and your straight allies, out of D&I and into mainstream line management. Thank you.